Here I am in my studio. Peace be with you. We're going to throw a pot today. This is the bat. I'm putting it on the wheel. This is where I throw the clay on. So I can just pull the whole pot right off in one thing. Okay. Getting the clay ready. Centering the clay. It's always in a cone shape. The shaking of the camera is from me pounding on the clay. Wet the clay for lubrication. Press it on the top and on the side. Center the piece of clay. Pulling it tight together. Lubrication. Pulling the clay up and pushing it down. This is to get all the clay particles lined up and make the piece strong. Continue centering, pushing it down. Lubrication. Continue to center. Try to have both hands work as a single unit. Okay, it looks good. Now I'm going to put the center hole in the piece of clay using my thumb and forefinger on the other hand. Putting both thumbs in and pulling the clay out. Lubrication. Hole in the center. Now stop pulling. Pulling the clay up, squeezing it with the inside and outside hand as a unit. Pushing the lip down a little bit to make the clay tighter. Using a sponge on the outside for control. Keeps the lubrication. Working the lip a little bit, make it sure it's smooth. Excess clay on the sponge, get rid of it. Pulling the clay up. Pot is now forming as a cylinder. I'm now going to use this tool to take the little center piece of clay which formed when I was making the hole to pull it out. Now I'm going to use the sponge push down on the bottom of the pot to make the bottom strong, so it won't crack when the pot is finished. And also taking out any water from the inside. Lubricating my finger inside of the pot. Back to throwing again, pulling. As you see my thumb on my outside hand. That's so my two hands can work as a single tool. Requires concentration and a steady hand. You have a basic cylinder. I wet the outside and I'm pushing the clay in, the cylinder in, so that the top becomes smaller in width, so that the piece doesn't flare out. I use a smaller sponge on the outside for more control. I'm looking straight down. It's a little tougher when your hands aren't connected together as one. Takes a little bit more feel. Got to kind of judge the clay and the pressure that you're using from both hands. Cleaning up the lip. Pressing in again. You see the opening has narrowed. Working the lip. The lip is the top of the pot. And the foot is the bottom of the pot. Pushing in and pushing out from the inside so that the pot will become rounded. Pulling the clay all the way to the top so they have an even wall from the bottom to the top. Taking out excess water. Now to form the pot. Pushing down on the bottom again to give the bottom strength. And to clean up any muck I might have at the bottom of the pot. Okay, here we go. Pushing out from the inside, guiding it with the outside sponge. See that it's slowly becoming rounder at the bottom. Slowly pulling up the top part of the pot, top part of the pot. Make even, the walls even. Checking it out. Working the rim. Cleaning the inside again. Lubricating the outside. Pushing it in. Making the top part of the pot, the upper half. A little more pulling it out. When you push it in from the outside, it causes the clay to get thicker. So you have to go back and pull it up to thin it out. This process also increases the height of the pot. Okay. Now I got a chamois. I'm going to run this on the lip. What this does is strengthen the lip. We have a nice, smooth, rounded lip. Now I'm going to take a tool and I'm going to trim the bottom. Take as much excess clay away as possible so I don't have to work it later. Trimming the bottom of the pot while the clay is nice, wet, and moist and easy to handle. A little cleanup. And there we have it. Shutting off the wheel. There's the pot. It's a thrown pot by the potter Paul Doobie, who lives in Athol, Massachusetts. Just a hobby potter. Do it for the fun of it. Take care. See you later.